Secret guardians, starry bright, fiery ones beyond our sight, saints of yore, Buddhas too, guiding lights to me and you.
Welcome back to the Secret Guardians podcast. In our last episode, we heard Jian tell of her meeting of the shining Russian girl Anna, who becomes a beacon of hope at a point in her life where she is alone and floundering badly. By the way, here's the link if you haven't yet heard that episode. As Jian flounders after the death of her grandmother, a light appears in her life. A shining Russian girl named Anna. On the surface, Anna is everything Jian is not. Always fashionable, successful academically, and friends with all, even the misfits of the school. And Jian sees herself as one of those misfits. Souls on earth are social beings in need of contact with others. So they make choices based in part on the need. Choices often made from limited options, even unsavory options. And for a soul all alone, such as Jian is, those choices lack even the guidance of family. However, in Jian's case, a different kind of family appears before her. A lone angel of a girl who notices her pain and her loneliness, and who gently engages with Jian to see if she can make a difference in her life, however small that might be. Who sends angels like these to souls in need? Who is to say? Perhaps heaven looking down and responding with subtle promptings to Anna, or perhaps just the girl's keen perception of souls in her life. Perhaps she is not so self-absorbed as teens can be, that she has the sensitivity to notice suffering and the heart to respond to it. Perhaps. In her own words, Jian tells the story of her meeting Anna.
Beyond the self-imposed isolation, I was struggling to focus mentally, thanks in no small part to the hashish smoke I'd spent evenings ingesting. The stoner rituals would salve my jangled emotions for a few hours, but the core emptiness in me, like an infected wound, just wouldn't heal. At school, the simplest of interactions, such as exchanging greetings with classmates, remained monumentally difficult. But I'd been able to maintain a few boundaries. I hadn't invited anyone from my stoner crew over to my place. Beyond that, I'd made sure they didn't even know I lived nearby. I told them I had a tiny place downtown. I wasn't going to allow the home Mola and I had made to become a doper hangout. And each day, no matter how I spent my evenings, I wrote out a to-do list. Housework, grocery shopping, cooking, homework. Then worked through it. That's what I was doing in my corner of the cafeteria. I stared at my freshly made to-do list, wondering how long I could keep doing this all by myself. In my self-absorbed state, I didn't notice the pretty autumn-haired girl approaching me until I looked up and saw her settling in across the table. "Hi," she offered a bright smile. "Try to engage, Jian. It won't kill you. Hey."
Jian forces herself to respond. This is a key decision, for if she hadn't replied to a door cracked open to friendship, a soul-saving friendship, as it turns out, might have swung shut, and God only knows when her next opportunity at salvation might have appeared. At that instant, Jian makes a seemingly insignificant choice, but it is a vastly important choice. Her essential goodness does not allow her to be rude to Anna, no matter how she feels. Though Jian passes this test, it is easy to see how she could have failed. Many souls have made poor choices in similar situations, slamming doors shut to God's offered grace, whether in the form of a Russian angel or some other blessing in disguise. Later, realizing such a mistake, regret can seep into one's soul like a sickness. However, a second choice appears, a second chance, as it were. One can either wallow in the error or stand tall, forgive oneself and make amends, even if those amends are only a simple plea to heaven for an opportunity to make things right. In this scene, Anna keeps trying to make a connection with Jian, for the wounded girl has only opened her heart a tiny crack. As Jian tells it,
"I'm Anna." She spoke with a Russian accent, and she spoke with kindness, which I hadn't heard much of lately, not even from me. "I don't know if you remember me or not. We met at your grandmother's service." I didn't respond. Of course I remembered her. I remembered everything. At my silence, Anna tried again. She was always smiling when she came to see us perform. "Thank you for coming," I murmured. Her comment touched a sad nerve in me. Mola would never again hear me sing in the school choir.
Jian's thank you to Anna cracks the door open wider. The conversation continues until it ends on a note that is both hopeful and despairing. As Anna tells Jian details about her Russian family that she now lives with in Belfast.
"We came to live in Belfast 7 years ago. My mother is a doctor. She works at Belfast Hospital. My father fixes houses. In Russia, he was an architect." Coming alive a little, I nodded encouragement. A family. Wouldn't that be something? In a flash, I found myself staring at what I needed more than anything in the world at that low point in my life. One true friend. Someone I could trust. Brogan hadn't turned out to be that someone, obviously. Maybe this Russian star of a girl could befriend a grunge-dressing Asian-Irish orphan. That would be something. "Hey, I've got to get something from my locker before class," I said, noticing the time. "It was nice talking to you." I stood up and began walking away. Then something prompted me to turn back toward Anna. "I'll be here tomorrow," I said. "Then I will see you then," the girl replied, without hesitation. For the first time in a while, I allowed myself a moment of hope. Then I remembered how I'd probably end up that night.
Jian's soul's future still hangs by a thread. But heaven has sent an emissary, a blessing that Jian has earned, as a future chapter will explain. But what about souls who have not earned such an extraordinary intercession? The answer is that souls with ties to heaven's holy ones must sponsor them until they can stand on their own, spiritually speaking. Souls of light with such ties can ask to sponsor such souls and do so by prayer and service. That is something to ponder, is it not? Please join us for our next Secret Guardians episode, when Jian's best friend Anna confronts her about her nightly pilgrimages to get high. Till then, may you walk steadfastly in the light.